Honorable FCPA John Mbadi to make his remarks and in turn invite His Excellency the President. Tumkaribishe kwa makofi tafadhali.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I have a very simple task to welcome His Excellency the President to address us. But Your Excellency, you'll just allow me to make a few remarks, maybe in 3 minutes. First, I am delighted to be here this morning to witness this evolutionary journey which is happening in our capital markets. Your Excellency, capital markets are the key connector of addressing some of the biggest economic challenges of our times. One of the key roles that capital markets play is mobilizing investment to catalyze economic growth and helping citizens in sharing the benefits of our economic prosperity, what we always call, and I want to borrow your own word, democratizing wealth. When you hear people saying that, yes, economy is growing, but it's in the hands or the pockets of a few, it's because the capital markets is not inclusive enough to accommodate as many people as possible. And I think the initiative we are taking today is clearly a demonstration of how then to expand the space and democratize wealth and be more inclusive. So the National Treasury will continue to come up with policies under your guidance to contribute to the growth of the robust and efficient capital markets that can more effectively play their role as engines of economic growth and broad prosperity. Expanding the group of people who have the ability to invest is central to realizing the full potential or power of our capital markets. It means, one, that capital will be available for those who are seeking it, and also it means that people who will be able to share in the potential economic upside of the return generated by that capital being put to use. So the two sides will both benefit. Your Excellency, allow me to commend the Capital Markets Authority for their lead in supporting regulatory frameworks and market-led innovations that make it easy for individuals to access efficient and attractive ways to deepen our capital markets. I am very excited with the developments we are making on the setup of our National Infrastructure Fund. So investment funds have been and will continue to be a cornerstone of enabling wide-ranging investor participation in capital markets. Your Excellency, I know that governments have a central role to play in enabling and encouraging investor participation in markets, from specific incentives to save and invest for the long term to regulatory frameworks that give meaningful access to a diverse range of investment options. That is why the ZD product developed by Safaricom and NSE is most welcome. As I draw to a close, I want to mention that markets work best when they function in the interest of both providers of capital, that is the savers, and also the users of capital. So for it to work, it must be a win-win situation. And that is why sometimes I need to be forgiven when I tell off and use some unkind words to some individuals who are applying pedestrian economics. They seem not to appreciate and respect the principles of capital markets. And sometimes I find it difficult to forgive them. So, Your Excellency, when you see me a bit rough on them, you'll understand. But let me conclude by also echoing what the chairman of NSC said, that economic performance are in numbers, and you'll see it. And you cannot twist those numbers, and you cannot politicize the numbers, because they are there to be seen. If in 2022, Your Excellency, when you took over the leadership, our market capitalization was at 1.2 trillion, that's a fact. And if it is today 3 trillion, it's also a fact, or is over 3 trillion. So if from 2022, since independence of 2022 is 1.2, and now it is 3 years into your presidency, and then someone is saying you have not done well as a president, you want to ask how the else would the government perform? Because the performance of the economy is reflected in many, many ways. And one of them is the capital markets. If you have a strong, resilient capital market, it means people have confidence in that economy and they're investing. No one will invest in an economy where they don't have confidence in. And these are both foreign and local investors. And by the way, we are seeing, despite the noise that you see around in funerals and other places, and they have now included the churches, unfortunately, Kenyans have confidence in their economy because you see more local investment coming in to the capital market. So, Your Excellency, and I'm not saying this because I'm a psychophant, I'm just saying the truth. And the truth is that this economy is doing much better. Two more things. Your Excellency, when you came into office, and when I listened to you at one point, when we take a lot of time sitting at State House to just think on how to get this economy out of problems or out of struggles, I hear that when you came in, you are sitting longer hours. I don't pity you. I don't envy you, Your Excellency. But at times we take too much time thinking of how to get our economy out of where it is or it has been. It is because leaders who were there before did not take time to address some of the challenges that were so obvious. For example, you are in 2022, 2023, coming to 2023, and there is a Eurobond of $2 billion coming up for payment in June, as a bullet payment in June 2024, and you don't put in place any strategy to deal with that. To the extent you expose an economy so dangerously that Kenyans in early 2024 could not even find dollars if you went to the bank to get dollars to pay school fees for your child abroad. If you went for $2,000, if you are lucky, you'd get only $500. Your Excellency, I'm happy that under your leadership, we have managed to de-risk this economy. We have managed to reduce the possibility of near-term debt default to the extent that those who are rating us out there, I have come up with positive rating. It's not a coincidence that Moody's have said now we have a stable economy. So if people are out there saying that the economy is in shambles, economy is on its knees, yet we are rated as having moved from CAA1 with positive outlook to now B3 with a stable outlook. So what else, what evidence do you want? Lastly, Your Excellency, you know sometimes it's very interesting to work the public. We have been told a number of times, kindly put money in people's pockets, that the purchasing power of people has dwindled. Now when we say, looking at our population, looking at those who are employed, we go for those who are at the lower cadre because you campaigned on the platform of bottom-up economic transformation agenda. I was not with you in that, but I am now a student of that, and I've learned very well. I understand the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Now, those who are earning 30,000 and below, we are saying should pay zero tax. And by the way, it is not just those who are earning 30,000 and below. Any money that you earn, which is 30,000 and below, even if you are earning $1 million, your 30,000 will also not be taxed. And then someone says that is not good enough. Look at how much that 6,000, from 24,000, which is not attracting tax today, to 30,000, is 6,000. Tax on 6,000 was 25%, a quarter of it, 1,500. Then someone is saying that is nothing. It is nothing to you because you're earning $1 million. But the person who is earning 30,000, it is a lot to give back that person 1,500. So wacha madharau, wacha kudharau hao watu. They feel it, and by the way, when I meet police officers, they are very happy. They are very excited with us, Your Excellency. The teachers who are earning 30,000 are very excited. And we have even gone a step further to propose that even the next 20,000, instead of taxing it at 30%, we tax it at 25%. That is another 5% off. That's another 1,000 shilling. It is nothing to you because your lunch is 10,000. But that person who survives on 6,000 per week, adding them 2,000, 3,000 is a lot of money. And that is what we intend to do. We want to give money to people who want to, we think if they get that money, it will make a difference. Lastly, if you say it is campaign, it is okay. Even you are campaigning. That is why you are scandalizing the 1,500 that we are giving these people. If it is campaign tool and it gives money back to the pockets of Kenyans, it is okay. It's a good campaign strategy. Your Excellency, we should continue with this campaign strategy so that Kenyans can get more money into their pockets. Anyway, let me not change. This is your day, Your Excellency. Let me not make it my day. I have my days elsewhere. I've been doing a lot of public participation on Safaricom. I think Kenyans have generally agreed now that we need to divest in Safaricom, create a pool of wealth to put into our national infrastructure fund and do bankable projects, public infrastructure projects. We have also done quite well in KPC. Kenyans, I am sure, are buying shares in KPC. Your Excellency, allow me to take this opportunity and ask all of us to rise up and welcome His Excellency, the President of the State, to speak to us. Thank you very much. So we can give him a round of applause. Amen. Thank you.